What's up, Dolphins fans? Welcome back to the channel, where we dive deep into all things Miami Dolphins. The team is constantly working to improve, push through challenges, and bring home the wins we all crave. As we gear up for Tua Tagovailoa's return, we have some breaking news and exclusive updates to share. But before we get into it, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss any of our latest Dolphins coverage. Now, let's jump into today's story. As many of you know, Tua Tagovailoa is preparing to return from his most recent concussion, and there's been a lot of talk about his future in the NFL. Some fans and analysts alike have been concerned about his health, and there were even discussions about whether Tua should consider stepping away from the game for good. But here's the thing, according to Tua, retirement was never an option. In a recent press conference, Tua made it clear that the thought of quitting football never crossed his mind. "I appreciate your concern, I really do," he said, addressing those who urged him to consider retiring. "But I love this game, and I love it to death." That's just it. His passion for the game remains as strong as ever, and Tua is focused on getting back on the field and leading this Dolphins team. When asked about the risks of continuing to play after multiple concussions, Tua didn't shy away from the topic. He acknowledged that football, like any high-contact sport, comes with risks, but he compared it to the risks anyone takes just by getting behind the wheel of a car. "I'm willing to play the odds," he said confidently. There's been a lot of discussion around player safety in the NFL, especially when it comes to head injuries. Some players, like running back Devon Achane, have opted to wear a guardian cap, a padded cover worn over helmets in practice to reduce the risk of concussions. But Tua has decided not to wear one. When asked why, his response was simple: "It's a personal choice." Tua explained that for him, it's all about being smart on the field and avoiding unnecessary risks. He reflected on his past playing style, admitting that he used to take more risks by running and scrambling out of the pocket, something he's done since high school and college. But now, he's focused on playing smarter and making himself more available for his team, recognizing that at the professional level, he has to take care of his body and play with the long term in mind. It's clear that Tua is committed to evolving his game while staying true to his competitive nature. He's determined to be there for the Dolphins and is taking the necessary steps to ensure his health and longevity on the field. Now, let's talk about what Tua's return means for the Dolphins. If everything goes according to plan, he should be back in action in Week 8 against the Arizona Cardinals. And let's be honest, we need him. The team's performance without Tua has been shaky, to say the least, and it became even more evident after backup quarterback Tim Boyle made a costly mistake in our last game against the Colts. Tua's return isn't just about his arm strength or his ability to read defenses. It's about leadership. He's the heart and soul of this offense, and his presence on the field gives the team the confidence they need to execute at a high level. With our current record, every game counts, and having Tua back under center could be the boost we need to turn things around. In other news, the Dolphins have placed wide receiver Braxton Berrios on the injured reserve list following the knee injury he suffered last weekend. This is a tough blow for our special teams, as Berrios has been a key returner, but it's clear that his injury is significant enough to keep him sidelined for a while. To fill the gap, the Dolphins have activated cornerback Cam Smith, a second-year player who's shown a lot of promise. Smith was a standout at South Carolina before being drafted by the Dolphins in the second round of the 2023 NFL Draft. His college career saw him tally 91 tackles, 6 interceptions, and 24 pass deflections. Now, with Berrios out, the hope is that Smith can step up and make an immediate impact on the defensive side of the ball. It's always tough to lose a player like Berrios, especially considering the versatility he brings to the team. But the Dolphins are banking on young talent like Cam Smith to rise to the occasion. As we've seen before, this team has depth, and Smith's activation could be a big move for our secondary moving forward. Berrios joined the Dolphins in 2023 after signing a one-year deal. He had previously spent time with the New York Jets, where he made a name for himself as a reliable return man and versatile receiver. This season, Berrios appeared in 6 games but hadn't made much of an impact in the receiving game, logging 0 receptions on 4 targets. However, his contributions as a punt and kickoff returner were solid, averaging 14.7 yards per punt return and 25.3 yards per kickoff return. Unfortunately, injuries have been a recurring theme in Berrios' career, and this latest setback will likely keep him out for a significant portion of the season. It's a tough break for a player who's been working hard to carve out a role in Miami's offense and special teams. We wish Berrios a speedy recovery, and hopefully, we'll see him back in action later this season. As we look ahead to the rest of the season, there's no denying that the Dolphins have some serious ground to make up. Sitting at 2-4, the margin for error is slim, especially in a competitive AFC. But with Tua set to return and young players like Cam Smith stepping into bigger roles, there's still hope for a turnaround. The key moving forward will be consistency and staying healthy. Tua's return will bring stability to the offense, but the team can't rely on him alone. The defense needs to continue playing at a high level, and special teams, an area that struggled, must improve. Every phase of the game has to come together if the Dolphins are going to make a playoff push. Alright, Dolphins fans, now we want to hear from you. What do you think about Tua's decision not to retire? Do you believe he's making the right call, or are you concerned about the risks? And how do you feel about Braxton Berrios' injury and the activation of Cam Smith? Can the young cornerback fill the void? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We always appreciate hearing from you, and your opinions are what make this community so great. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Let's keep the conversation going as we head into a crucial part of the season. Thanks for watching, and as always, fins up.